station of the Winnebago tribe.
Oh, yes. 100.9 FM. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. This is KWTN, the Big Voice Radio. This is the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Coach Q. And right here, as always,
what's up, everybody? B-Luv's in the house.
B-Luv is definitely in the house. Hey, I want to say thank you to all the listeners out there, all the listeners, all the sports listeners. We go every 2 weeks now, and so there's kind of a lot of stuff that's going on in the last 2 weeks, about sports. We kind of got to catch up on, and we're in right now. B-Luv, we're like directly in between sports right now. Football just got done, basketball just now started, and so we're kind of in between. So that's why nobody's here to hang out with us.
Yep.
Nah, but we'll definitely get some of the coaches and the players of the Winnebago Indians, Lady Indians, and some sports that we need to talk about. And we got some new sports in the house too, and we're gonna definitely talk about that later on in the show. Winnebago is competing in another sport added on to the repertoire.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about. I do want to give one shout out.
Do it
early off in the show here. Give a shout out to my wife Jess. She had to fly out to the East Coast for work, and I'm pretty sure she's listening out here. And we're gonna be covering a little bit of a youth basketball. Our little girl plays in the hoops in Sioux City, so I'm gonna cover a little bit about that. Kind of let everybody know what Coach Q's been up to lately. Didn't get really talk about any of the things that I'm doing. Been talking about a lot of the other kids in the community, but I'm just gonna give everybody, kind of fill everybody in on youth basketball as well.
Yeah.
But
I got some things to add to that when we get to it too.
All right. So Jessica, if you're listening, shout out, babe. Bring me something cool back from Baltimore. I don't know if the Ravens won this past week, but I think a cool T-shirt would be fine. But that's cool anyway.
They got 6X out there, Jess, so you should be good.
In the arms anyway.
Oh wow, we go TV.
So anyway, B-Luv, man.
What's up?
So that was my early shout out, man. So do you got any early shout outs?
Well, since we're giving shout outs to wives and family and stuff, just kidding. We can go.
I was gonna go. Here we go. No,
we can start it up.
But we'll get started, man. Ladies and gentlemen, just recently, the Winnebago Indians varsity football squad kind of called the season to an end, and it was a really, really exciting game in the championship game. The last time we talked about, or the last time we was on, we was hyping up the game, and the game was all what it was hyped up to be.
Yeah.
So B-Luv, I know you was there. I saw you up there. Was watching the whole thing. I said from the beginning that it was going to be a close game. Yeah. I went. We didn't do the show up there, but I went live on my Facebook feed, and I tried to give the listeners everything they was asking for.
Sure.
Calling the game, play by play and stuff. And the beginning of my live feed, I did say this is going to go down to the wire. I did not know that it was going to go that far down the wire.
Yeah, and it was probably a good thing that we didn't do something up there, and then I was on the mic. I'm kind of glad you weren't in my section. I was making up new curse words. I mean, it was bad because, so many penalties. I don't think I ever seen a football game that had that many penalties on both sides. It was just
so just to kind of set the stage for the story that B-Luv is telling you right now. The championship game went to double overtime. Double overtime, and it was a championship game, so they left it all out there in the field. But in the midst of all that, there were 49 flags that were thrown, 49 both penalties. Between both teams.
Almost 400 yards of penalties. I see it, 378 yards of penalties.
Now that's a huge number. Yeah. That's a huge number of penalties,
it was like they were just almost like making things up. There's some of them where they're spotting the ball different off of a penalty. Then then it's first down and 35. Then next thing you know, there's a hold or a personal foul against the other team, and next thing you know, it's replay first down, then it's first down and still 20 or 50.
I definitely gotta agree with you on some of those calls, because even in my live feed I was saying, well, I don't know what that was, I don't know why they did that, but this is what I would have done, or something like that, but there was a lot of questionable calls,
and it was both ways. So it wasn't like they hurt either team and they didn't help either team, but it just strung the game out. I mean, don't get me wrong, the game was exciting to watch. Besides all the flags. So when all the flags weren't thrown, then there was a heck of a ball game going on.
So let's step out. Let's take that hat off, and let's put your whistle on.
Oh,
okay. Now, just imagine this is a basketball game, right? Because we ref a lot of basketball games.
Yeah.
So imagine this being us reffing. Are we going to call the game the way the game needs to be called? Or are we just going to give the fans what they want and don't blow the whistle?
Well, we're going to call the obvious ones.
Yeah.
Now, there's a couple of them that was obvious. Like, there was a couple of them where they had those unnecessary roughness things, and the foul was completely on the other side of the field, not even the play. And then there's just someone blindsiding someone else just to be doing it.
So I'm gonna bring this. How about this? You remember a long time ago we played? There was a men's league game downtown, and I think Pops was running the league, and he's trying to find some refs, and he's like, I need somebody who's not scared to make calls. And then remember Randall Harden, he gave him with the whistle. So Pops paid him to ref that time, and he was like he was calling everything. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't letting nothing get by anybody, and everybody's like, "Come on, man, you gotta let us play a little bit." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
well, see, and then it goes down to what we say before. You know, like we'll call the obvious ones. You know, us guys, I consider ourselves decent referees. We've been around the sport all our lives. Basketball now, not football. What I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, and then we call them like we see them. We'll let some go when there's little kids playing. You know, let some travels go, let some reaches go, just so we can keep the game moving. Because ain't nobody paid to come watch us guys blow the whistle. They want to watch these guys play. You know, but the other night, and then to take it back a little bit further from when we had the last episode, we had all the boys on here. How many times did we say that to them?
Yeah. No,
you guys got to be disciplined. You guys got to be disciplined.
You know what? Every time the flag went off and it was on Winnebago, I just thought about our conversations up here, you know. And we ain't nobody special, you know, but it's just we're fans of the game.
Yeah.
You know? We're fans of these sports.
And then we know that that the game was chippy the last couple times they were playing.
Yeah.
You know, it was chippy. So we knew it was going to happen. We knew they were, but I didn't think it was going to happen that many times.
Oh, yeah.
It was past my bedtime when the final whistle blew. Let's just say it like that.
Well, you know, even though, and I know you agree with this, but even though it was a lot of penalties, the boys, man, both teams, they sent it all the way down to the wire, man. It was an exciting game.
Yep.
Bro, it was exciting, like, for real.
I noticed why a lot of people, they got coaches in the press boxes up there so you can see the whole field. I was sitting next to one of the ones that one of the one of the players' dads from back in the day, Craig Cleveland. He was sitting off to the side. From opening kickoff to the final whistle, everything. He was calling everything. Like, I mean, he was kind of complaining about the refs, but I mean, that's what we all do. But I was kind of impressed. I was like, he noticed right away they had, the Pine Ridge boys had that one little rough guy, that little kind of long-haired guy. Wherever he lined up, that's where the ball went. And Craig noticed that, like, after the fourth play, he was like, he's just hollering it out. And I'm sitting there like watching, all right, what's he talking about? Okay, that's the guy. And then sure as hell, that's where that guy lined up, he ran, those guys followed him. And then that's when they would get their big plays. So anyway, it was kind of cool. That's why they have coaches in press box, because they can see a lot more than
the way that the defenses are set up.
Yeah,
and all that. So,
yeah, it was cool.
That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, shout out to Turk, man. Hey, man, he's been at all those football games, man.
Yep.
Just loves the sport, man, and big Winnebago Indian fans, man.
Yep,
so,
that too. Yep,
good one out there,
Turkey Bill.
So anyway, yeah. So the game ended up in a double overtime. Pine Ridge got the ball first, and up there in South Dakota, you get the ball at the 10-yard line with four downs to get in. And if you're the first one, whether you get in or not, the other team gets a chance, the chance at the 10-yard line to get in. While in double overtime, Pine Ridge scored their touchdown and got the 2-point conversion. Winnebago gets the ball, scores their touchdown, and then needs the 2-point conversion to go to 3 overtimes. And they got stopped short, like
1 yard line.
Yeah, but the 1 yard line.
Yep.
And I know that Raiden Decora, if he can get that back, he would do it all different. I know he would, because I remember after the game, he was just talking about that 1 yard.
Yep.
He was talking about that 1 yard.
And remember we had the coaches on here, and then I said, one time, draw one play up for when you need 1 yard or you need 2 yards. I said, put Tiny Baby in the backfield as a fullback, and then Raiden right behind him, and just follow him, grab his shirt, and just wherever Tiny Baby goes, and just hold on to him and just let him take easy 2 yards. Easy 2 yards.
Man, bro. That right there, just imagining that play, just running that play, simple dives, lead back dive. That could have did it.
Yeah.
But hey, man,
it's in the past.
But we don't lose too much though.
No, we
only lose a
like
couple guys,
two
man.
seniors,
I think we lost John Earth and oh man, who was the other senior that we had on there?
I can't remember. I know there was like 2 of them.
Yeah, so we have almost everybody back. Next year, and those boys gonna be hungry.
It's gonna be even chip on the other shoulder now. They get their past 2 years, and then they come up just short like that. And
I do got to give props though. You got to give respect where respect is due, right? And so Pine Ridge, they went from like 2 years ago not winning any games to winning a few games last year, and then now they're champs for the All Nations. But one thing that they changed up there is the culture is changing up there. I noticed one of our little bros up there, Casey Means, he's got his boys in the weight room all the time. Okay, all the time, and they're the same ones. They're the ones that made it to the state basketball tournament last year. He's got a lot of those guys back, and Casey's on the football coaching staff now, and he's their weight trainer. So and he's their head coach in basketball. So he just continues on, and that's a perfect example of getting those boys in the weight room. Perfect example of that, because you went from having a subpar team a few years ago to becoming champions in just a couple of years. And strength and conditioning has a lot to do with it, because that was a long game. There were people cramping up every little while.
Oh yeah, yep, that's true.
So shout out to Coach Means and all the coaching staff.
And both teams, you guys played a good game. Don't let me and Quincy just kind of pointing out the obvious. You guys both teams did good, and you guys made it worth the trip. Keep your heads up, Bagel.
Just like you said, me and B-Luv, we have our own opinions, of how we watch games and how we talk about it. And sometimes me and him agree, and sometimes we don't. But it's what we do here, man. So let's talk about that the all-state team that just came out. They think they just came out a couple of days ago. And
when they say all-state, do they mean that all?
It's just they call it all-state. I think it's on one of those.
It says all state on it, but I'm thinking
it's all nations. It's not all state
all
like
nations,
between everybody. It's just all native. It just
that's why when I seen that, I said, is that a typo? Because how can it be all state when a lot of those schools are in South Dakota and then only?
Yes, and I think it's just the name of it. The name of it, because at the end of the football season, most people are giving out the prestigious award of being all state, or honorable mention or something. And so, being that we're in this league right here, they're calling it all state. So
we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. Okay. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the results came out for the all state, the ANFC, the All Nations Football League Conference, all state honors. We have 4 from Winnebago that made the all state first team. First one on the list is Ashton the Point, Tiny Baby for offensive line. So big ups for Ashton right there. And then second one, we got Jared Doxey, the All-American, for offensive line too. So big ups for Jared Doxey. And then we can't pass up Adarius Booby Flemister. Such wheels on that guy, man. I don't think anybody in that whole league can run like him.
No.
And he's just a special one to watch.
I can't wait till next year to watch him and Raiden again, just because Raiden's good too.
Yeah. And then we also got Elijah White Bear made first team All State, but no, he got his in defensive back.
Wow.
Yeah, he was he must have really showed those other teams that he was locking his guys up there playing D and stuff. So
That's what's up.
that's what he got his award for. So congratulations to those boys there.
Yep.
And then so the All-State honorable mention team, we had two boys, young guys too, man, both sophomores, Raiden Decora on defensive end, and Angelo Jones.
Angelo too.
As linebacker. Angelo the hard hitter.
That's what I was gonna say. He can lay down the wood, man.
Yeah.
I've seen him a couple of them.
He's a hard hitter, man. He's one of those guys that kind of goofy, you know, like those we always talk about the Carnes boys.
Yeah,
man.
yep.
Hard hitters, you know, not scared of nothing, go in there
Yep.
and just wreck shop, you know. And
Yep.
and we're definitely gonna be having a good time watching Angelo and Raiden play on the defense.
Those guys, every one of those guys can hit too. Every one of those guys. Oh man, I was impressed. I got to watch more of their games. I only watched the last probably 4 games.
Yeah,
and I got to go and watch them a little more.
See, it is kind of hard for like to travel to these games.
Oh yeah,
man, because some of these games are like 6 hours away.
Yeah,
that one up there in Eagle Butte is 6 hour drive from me.
Pine Ridge too.
Pine Ridge is a good 7 hour drive, man.
Yeah.
So it is hard for a lot of the local fans to head out of town and stuff like that. Most time, if your kid's playing, man, of course you're gonna you know take out a couple extra bucks from the bank or something like that to get up those trips and stuff like that. Maybe even to get a hotel room or something, you know. But when it's a home game, those are the ones you're definitely gonna be at, you know.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And it's gonna be like that during basketball season too. We got a couple games that are kind of far away too, and we'll talk about a little bit about that later on in the show when we talk about basketball. But as for football, I want to say congratulations, B-Luv, to those boys that we just now talked about.
Yep.
You know, you boys all I guess learn from your emotions. I saw a lot of the boys shed tears and show that emotion. Some of them were cussing. They were feeling it, you know. That's effed up, you know, or whatever. You know, I heard one of the boys say that too. But just seeing that emotion on their faces and see how they acted when they were so close to an accomplishment that they reached out to do, and they didn't get there. They were arm's reach, bro. And they didn't get there. So that's one thing that I was trying to say is I hope those boys can remember that feeling. And the only way that you can get rid of that feeling is to get your butt in the gym. Get in the gym.
Weight room.
Get in the gym.
I seen Doxy out to that following Sunday out to his Chocobuzzy's memorial dinner. And he was kind of limping around a little bit. So I asked him, I said, did you get hurt? I think he was still just tired. His body was tired. So I said, because he had the opportunity to win the game in the first overtime with the field goal. Remember, we set up for a field goal? And I don't know what happened. They had to back up 5 more yards. Either I think they ran out of time on the play clock, but they scooted back. And then when he kicked it, perfect, had whole bunch of leg. He said he missed it by about a foot, 2 foot. And he said it just curved off. And to me, I was just thinking he was just going so hard throughout the game that I think he was just tired. That's how he kind of muffed it. But it was right there, you know. The boys had their shots on two tries where they could have won the game. Well, one was a tie, but the other one could have won. It was like right there. Don't dwell on it. We'll be back next year. We'll get it for sure next year.
Definitely don't hang your heads like you said a while ago too. Don't hang your heads, guys. Keep your heads up.
Basketball season now, boys.
Just get in the gym. And wrestling season. And wrestling season. Some of those guys that we just now mentioned that made the All-State football team, they're All-State wrestlers too. So we
got an All-American wrestler with Doxy.
So we're definitely gonna get maybe on the next episode we're gonna get Dox's and their coach up here a little bit and talk about the season coming up, and maybe talk about a little bit about what they did this past summer, because I know that the wrestling team was traveling this past summer too. So we'll get them in to kind of talk a little bit about that.
Cool.
But since we're still on football, bro, let's get a little update on those Huskers, man. You're the one I always ask about stuff when it talks about the Huskers. So, and you're wearing Huskers today, so I know you bleed that kind of red. So talk to me.
The boys have been clowning the last 4 weeks. I mean, and it goes down if you do any kind of read up on stuff. And then we just talked about refereeing, and stuff like that. And I hate to use that as an excuse, but just college football in general, referees been messing the game up. We had there was a time when Texas played, the crowd throwing stuff on a bad call, start throwing water bottles and trash and stuff out on the field. Those guys changed their call because of that. And then it happened again against, I can't remember who, and there was another team that happened to again. The fans off of a bad call, and it wasn't just the first bad call of the game, it was going that way all game. And fans started throwing crap out on the field. So with that last play against USC, the freshman quarterback threw into double coverage, but it was playable, it was catchable. Those guys, one guy just literally had a handful of jersey and was pulling that Husker receiver. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
And there was nothing called. That was the last play of the game. They should have had pass interference, first down, but only had that one play because time ran out, and they should have been on the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
And they had one play from the 2-yard line. That's what should have happened. And then who's to say they would have scored good, but they'd have to go for 2 points because the other team did.
But at least have an opportunity.
Yeah, and they didn't do it. But they've been getting hosed all year. Bad calls all year. It's bad. So we'll see what's going on. We got Wisconsin this weekend, and Wisconsin's kind of down too. They're kind of struggling. And then the last game against Iowa, I just heard Iowa, their first string quarterback got put out earlier in the season, and then their second string quarterback just got put out like 2 weeks ago. So they had a bye week last week, so they're using their third string quarterback against Nebraska or this week against whoever they play. So I was thinking, well, if the Huskers didn't do anything, we have to get Iowa because they got their third string quarterback and they're down. It's just like, come on. I mean, I don't even know what else to say, man. I'm running out of any kind of excuses, man. These boys
There's not any excuses anymore.
Yeah, year in, year out. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, almost have an entire podcast just on Huskers alone. Huskers alone.
Man, that's
Huskers
crazy.
in the Indian country.
It's crazy. There's a good game on this weekend, though. Indiana having their Cinderella season. They're like 9 or 10-0. They're ranked like 5th in the nation or something. And they play Ohio State.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
So Ohio State's ranked number 2, I think. So that's gonna be a good one. I think that's game. What's it called? College game day.
Yeah.
That's where they're at. And I don't even know where they're playing, but that's gonna be a good one.
That'll be
11 o'clock kickoff on that one, I believe.
Gonna have to tune in on that one. Then you said the Huskers. They play Wisconsin this weekend.
Yep, and they play at 2:30 or 3 o'clock, but they're down in Lincoln. Yep. So we'll see
I always think Wisconsin and Nebraska always have good games.
They do.
I mean, whether they're ranked or not, they're always got good games, And I remember that one year Nebraska was supposed to. They were supposed to win. They were supposed to do good against Wisconsin, and somehow Wisconsin running back broke the college record or something like that on Nebraska.
Ron Dane, I think his name. Yeah. What the heck?
I was like, what's this guy? Nebraska's letting this guy break a record on him, man. Like every run he just took off for like 80 yards or something.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, that was bad. I remember that one too. I think that's when Burkhead was playing our Amir Abdullah. One of them two ones. We had a good running back too. It was one of them two guys. But
wow, man. You know what? I'm still going to watch the game, though, anyway.
Oh, heck yeah.
I think there's a couple good cookouts happening. This is supposed to be nice this weekend. So, so definitely going to check that game out. And check out that
tonight again, or this weekend.
Watch the Indiana game, too.
Yeah.
All right. So,
see what's up.
Then real quick, it's just to end football. In the NFL, there's no more undefeated teams anymore.
No.
The Kansas City Chiefs finally lost the game.
Yep. Referees must have been sick that game. Well, that's how they've been winning their games too, man. You ever look back on all of them?
I watched a couple of those, man, and I gotta agree, man. Referees,
they really love them some Mahomes, man.
Yeah, they probably got some money on the line too. Anyway, so you know what I mean. Yeah. some kind of thing going on with those guys, but
all you Kansas City Chiefs fans, sorry for you. It's only one.
Well, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings are they kind of like our home teams. You know, they're our home teams, and the Vikes, it's only 4.5 hours away. Kansas City's only
4.5 hours. We go 30 miles per hour.
How fast do you get up there,
bro? I get up there in like 3:45.
Man, easy. No, I put my speedometer on, my cruise control on speed limit is what I do, and that's how I drive. So
I go about 4 over, maybe 9.
Hey, you gotta remember, I got a minivan, and you You got a souped up Chargers, so it's like two completely different rides.
You're right.
But anyway,
they are home teams. I mean, they all ask me, like a lot of boys, all right, who's your NFL team? Well, I got to go with the Vikes and I got to go with the Chiefs just because they're close. Same thing what you said. Yeah. So I don't even like pro football, but if I was to pick, it'd be them too.
Yeah.
Or whoever has got an old guy.
Like, bro, I say the same exact thing. Whoever's got the old quarterback.
Yeah, the old quarterback. Yeah,
I said that last year when the Jets picked up Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, then he got
first 30 seconds he got out for the season. I was like, oh, okay. Well,
Brett Favre when he's with the Vikes.
When he went to the Vikes, he tore it up.
Yeah, and then
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning. Yep, I was pulling for him, and then even the GOAT when he went down to Florida and played.
Oh yeah,
I was pulling for him too.
What about back? I'll take you back further. What about the tooth? You remember John Elway? He played his last 2 seasons at Denver. He's an old man. He won those last 2 titles back to back, and then he
was out. Headed out
after that.
Yeah. I pull for all the old cats. Just hope they do good.
Well, who's your old cat
now?
Yeah.
I haven't been watching, so I don't really know. Well, what's his name? It's pretty good. He used to be at the Vikes last year, but he played with
with Atlanta.
Yeah, with Atlanta. Kirk Cousins. Yeah, I like him. He's not
pretty
too bad.
Good. He's pretty good. Yeah, like watching him play too. And then somehow the Vikes picked up that Darnold guy, and nobody even knew about him until he started winning all these games.
What, red-haired quarterback? Yeah.
He's tough too, man. But hey, that gives at least our area here in this region here good news for our home team.
Sure.
I think the Vikes only lost 1 game. Now Kansas City lost 1 game. They're probably both top of their division.
I think the Vikes got 2. I think they lost 2 in a row. I don't know. Jay Bass, send me a message if I'm right.
Yeah.
I think they're down
Hit
2.
All right. Well, hey, that sounds good. And what about a couple weeks ago? I don't know if I mentioned it, but you see the Redskins won on a Hail Mary.
The Redskins? What? I was like,
no, they're the Commanders.
Okay.
But because they won, I was trying to get that name to be put back on there.
I know. I seen that. I was like, "What the heck are you talking about?"
No, but anyway, that's just football, bro. I think football is almost a wrap. I mean, it's a wrap for high school anyway.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna be really discussing that a little bit more. We've got a few more weeks. Huskers making a bowl this year?
Well, I don't know.
Talk to me.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, and we got 2 more chances to do it, and both games look like they're winnable, but so did the last 4 games look winnable too, so don't know what team's going to show up, If Nebraska's offensive line can give that young quarterback some time and the receivers can get open, that quarterback will pick him apart. I'm sorry to say that I think he's going to be gone after this year. I think he's going to enter a portal.
Yeah.
He talks like he's going to do this, but I heard there's other schools already sniffing around, going against NCAA rules and already kind of like sniffing around on him, so who knows?
Yeah,
we'll have to see.
Tough, man. We need some big dogs, man. Yeah. We need some offensive linemen, like some big guys that want to do some damage.
Well, I said this. I've been saying this for years. Damn the 4 or 5 star, trying to go after the 4 or 5 star tailbacks and those guys. Get some 5-star linemen, 4 or 5-star linemen, and then get your little 3-star running backs. I'd say anybody can run behind 5-star linemen. Even
you're right.
Even you.
Oh yeah.
So. But yeah, that's what I think. By seeing where we weaned a defensive back decommitted from Alabama to sign with the Huskers for next year. So that's big. Anytime you can get anybody to decommit from Alabama or Georgia or something like that or Clemson, it's good. It's a good pickup.
And that might even start some kind of a snowball effect. Maybe he'll draw some more guys to help him.
That's what all that recruiting's supposed to be doing.
Man, should hire you, B-Luv.
Yeah, shit.
All right, man. Well, hey, we'll get back to some of that Husker football later on down the road. Maybe we'll try to get in on where's the Iowa game at this year? Is it away?
I think it's out there. Yeah, I can't even remember now.
Well, maybe if it's in Nebraska, maybe we'll try to get in that last game. But
down Lincoln.
Anyway, we're gonna move on, bro.
Yep.
So, like I said, we're right in between sports. We just got done with cross country and high school football, and also girls golf was going on, and so now we're moving into the next season of sports, and we're gonna be talking about girls basketball and boys basketball. We're gonna get into high school here in a little bit, but I'm gonna kind of fill people in on what we've been doing lately at the gyms here for our youth sports. I got a fourth grade girls team. Kane Carnes coaches a fifth grade girls team, and there is a third grade girls team. I'm not exactly sure who that coach is, but the reason why I'm bringing that up because one of the things that we're trying to do in Winnebago is, and we talk about this from time to time, is to make sure that we don't leave any grade behind, and so we're trying to make sure that each one of the programs is each one of the basketball programs teams are taken care of by somewhat experienced coaches. A lot of times growing up, there were coaches that were just, because nobody else would do it, would just, well, hey, I'll do it, and it was apparent, but they didn't really play the sport. But they were doing it because nobody else was stepping up. So anyway, we have a lot of past ball players that are parents now that are stepping up in these roles, and man, so thankful for these individuals, man. So real thankful for that. And I know that the viewers up there, you get to see a couple pictures up here of our girls basketball team up here. This is a fourth grade girls team called the Whirling Thunder Lil Wowunks. And so a long time ago, Pops had our baseball team, and other teams we were called Lil Wowunks, and it always kind of stuck with me. So none of my kids' teams were named that, so I thought, hey man, it's my baby girl, so I'm gonna see if she likes it, and she liked it. Now that's kind of stuck with her the last 5 years. So anyway, but the girls did real good. They got one loss on the year. We played in 6 games so far, and the team that beat us was a team from East, and they beat us 18-4. We played them again this past Sunday, and we beat them, I believe it was like 23-12 or something like that.
So Jay said you guys won by like 12.
Yeah. So our girls are showing that they're improving, and they're listening. Fourth grade girls, man, it's tough to kind of get their attention.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just trying to figure out. Me and Jay's trying to figure out different ways to talk to them. So I got to kind of maybe reach up a couple grades and ask a couple of those coaches, hey, how'd you guys deal with this? Or talk to the high school girls coach and say, hey, Markel, how do you deal with this with the girls?
Grab Sean Walker. Grab Sean Walker. I bet you know how to do something.
But what I'm doing is trying to get all these little tips and tricks of the trades, different kind of information from different girls coaches that will help me, because I never coached girls before. So, and a lot of those coaches are helping me out a lot. So big shout out to all you guys giving me tips for all the things right there. So and our girls are, and then we have 2 fourth grade girls teams. There's another fourth grade Whirling team, because there were like 13 or 14 girls that signed up, and so they split them up, and that girls team, the Whirling Thunder team, is doing really good too. I believe they only got 1 loss or 2 losses on the season too, and they got a number of girls that their moms used to play ball back in the day. And so I think fourth grade we're gonna be covered. I'm gonna keep my eye open on those, or eye out for those 5th and 6th grade girls, and then those 3rd and 2nd grade girls too, because with the team that I'm coaching right now, I can't expect them to be like a state champion or anything like that. They need girls that are good a grade or 2 ahead of them, and the girls that are good a grade or 2 below them, so then they're right in the middle of all that too. So that's what builds the program.
Well, we got like have them play against older girls. They got to take their licks. That's just what Pops told us guys too. To stay on point here, what you're talking about with the girls team, when you talk about Kane Carnes having coaching the 4th grade girls, he's got his little girl Lala, Loyal playing, and my grandbaby Carlene is playing, and they got, so there's those 2 scrappy, Loyal scrappy. She's so impressive. It's just crazy for how little she is. Rugged
defender.
Yep. Little Dennis Rodman goes after everything, and then Momo. That's Vanna Rave's daughter. She grew up with brothers, so she's kind of like
she's
that.
A rough one.
Yeah, so she's like that too. And then obviously Trayvon's Paige Bucket. She's just head and shoulders above her time. How she is, she's pretty good. I mean, she can do
gym
everything.
rat.
Yeah, gym rat.
She's a perfect example of a gym rat.
Yeah, she's all the time, and what's good with it is that all these girls that are on this team. Oh, another one is what's the Paulson girl's name? That works with Keisha over here. Oh my goodness, what's her name? Yeah, Julie's daughter. Yeah, she's got it. Her girls, Marquita. She's getting Marquita. She's coming along, and she's tall. and so she's come along real well. And Ryan Blackhawk's daughter, I think her name's Leah.
Yeah.
Is that it? I think that, and she's another big one. And then they got some other girl playing. I think one of her brothers played with your team, one from Sioux City, Mexican guy.
Oh, her name's Sophia.
Yeah, her, another big girl. So
Yeah.
so that's kind of, and then then there's a couple other, but bro, all these girls, they get in there and they play, they all feed off each other. So that nobody, if someone starts scoring, they'll start looking for someone else. Oh, your turn,
Yeah.
Our girls are gonna have that fourth grade team is gonna be the team to beat. They're undefeated on their Sundays, and what they're doing is for these Sundays, they're getting how many wins you get in come December. They're gonna see where you're at, and then they're gonna put you in gold bracket, silver bracket, bronze bracket, depending on the record. Our girls last Sunday, not this past Sunday, last Sunday, they beat a team from, I think there was the place that flooded up there in North Sioux.
Dakota Valley.
I think they beat them girls 66-3. And then just this past Sunday, they beat another team. I don't know where that one was from. Beat them like 48-5. So they can play.
Yeah.
You got to keep your eye on them. They can play.
So that's exactly like when you talk about like building a program like that. That's exactly what I like to hear. You got those girls that are playing at that level right there. So the league up there, and we're going to show some more scores from the boys up there too, the boys program up there. But the league up there, they say that first tournament, the first preseason tournament, and then the 3 league games that follow that right before the Thanksgiving break, those are to seed you where you're at.
Oh, okay. So
they type in your name, how many points you scored, and how many points your opponent scored, and who won the game, and then they type in a computer. Then they let the computer figure it out.
That's
and
how
so
they do it.
so
Okay.
they match you up
Yep.
with teams that are closer to your level.
Yep.
And that's just the fairest you can get. I mean,
Yeah.
a computer can be more fair than anybody, you know what I mean? So
and then they can too. At the same
yeah,
time.
you're right.
So that's when I said December. So I thought it was the end of December, but it's the beginning of December. So I think when they start their league games in December, then they'll be playing more of the talent,
exactly,
the talent level.
Exactly.
So and then you know what? That is fair. I like that they do that because I kind of felt bad sometimes, watching our girls just sitting at half court waiting for them other girls to come up, and then pretty soon whoop, swarm, boom, steal. They're all layups on the other end. Then it's not even just Paige going for a layup or Carlina going for a layup or Lowell. It's like they get a steal, they take off. There's 5 of them down there before all the other girls get down there. So then they're getting each other's rebounds and stuff and putting it right there. So it's just like, dang.
Bro, I'm glad you brought that up because now think about this. Think about the years and the times that we were on the other side when we were the teams that was getting rolled up by 40 and our kids didn't know what to do because we never had proper practice, gym time. People weren't putting in those extra volunteer hours and stuff like that. I remember lots of times, man, our teams get rolled up.
Yeah.
But it does make you feel a little bit better. At least you could tell that our community is doing something right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So anyway,
Yes.
we'll go ahead and move on a little bit. So,
Yep.
We up on the screen, we have some Warpath scores up there. Our Warpath 5th grade team right now, I believe they're in our league play. They're 1-1, and they beat Santee team Fighting Sioux by 3, and then they ended up losing a close game this past weekend to Lawton Bronson by 1 point. But I'm gonna tell you, man, our 5th grade squad is tough, man. Little brother Pete Bass is the coach for that 5th grade squad. Trey Blackhawk helps him out, and they have I think they have like 13 boys on that team, and coaches do a great job of trying to get all the kids in the game and still try to win the game too, because the Warpath focuses on playing competitive basketball. But 5th grade is doing real good.
Yeah, I was talking to Jason, the coach of you guys, girls, and he said that it's kind of hard to holler because it's in the gym. It's real, and some of the girls can't hear what he's saying.
Yeah.
I think you got the more of a coaching voice, I guess you can say, where they can hear you and stuff. Jay, he was telling me that. He said, I can't holler as loud and they can't really hear me, so I have to wait till they're running by me, then I have to holler to them. That ain't the case with Pete either. Pete literally hollers at everybody, and And sometimes it can get almost like he might make some of them boys kind of hurt their feelings, because Pete wants the best out of his ball players and stuff. And if you can't do it, then come sit down. We'll get someone else in there that can do it. But he don't say that to him right there on the sideline. He'll holler it to him out there. Yeah. So then I want to walk over this.
I did see some of his practices, and he makes sure those boys know that they're going to be accountable for practice and games and stuff. Because he really wants them to be the next team to come up. And hey man, they got some good ball players on the team.
They are too. Yeah.
And then I can say that now all those boys were that good when they first started, a year and a half ago, and now I look at them and they're all hooping now.
I went up to one of their games because, like I said, my grandson Tyson plays, and then obviously little Pete. Here I seen little Pete get he was out there doing, he's kind of like how his dad is, kind of at that time. I mean, when Pete was that old, he was kind of a little clown, like to show off and like to do that. So I seen little Pete hit a 3 over there in the corner. He hit it, and he kind of kept his little follow through up, and then as he's running back down court, he does what everybody does. Whatever he does, he put that little 3 in his vein or something like that. He was running down, and kind of looking at me. I was sitting there like, you guys remind me of his dad, man. He's got to be a little darker.
Yeah, so the Warpath team, they're doing real good. We have 4 teams this year, and they're all representing real good. One that surprised me is the 7th grade team. Usually we have like a couple, like on the 8th grade team, we have like the whole squad is good.
Yeah,
all shooters, all ball handlers.
That's Cedric's team.
That's he did last year, and him and Chris are doing it this year with Keitel and Evans and all those.
Yeah,
bro, those guys are solid.
I watched them,
and so I can't wait. The same thing. I can't wait till they seed them into the right division, because we asked to be in the gold division,
no matter what.
Yeah, and so anyway, but we do have a second team for the 8th grade, and that's because we had like 13 boys, and we wanted to make sure that all the boys got a lot of playing time, and a lot of the boys last year received a lot of first place medals, but really didn't get in the game that much. And so we didn't like seeing that, so we wanted the boys to play, but we didn't want them to play for different teams, so we've got another 8th grade team. So and they're actually doing really good too.
Good.
So shout out to all the Warpath teams, man. You're doing good.
Yeah, I went up and watched those 8th grade boys play. Not this past Sunday, the Sunday before. I tell you what, Christian's boy. I think what's his name? That's 8th grade.
Junior.
Is it junior? That guy's good.
Yeah.
And then Keitel's good. I mean, every one of them. And that little Willie Maxwell's boy that plays with them too.
Yeah.
And
the left-hander.
Then had some big white kid playing with them. 8th grade. He had a full beard on him.
Sebastian.
That's what. Yeah.
I think he actually goes to North Middle right now, but word on the street is he might be a Winnebago Indian soon. So.
That's what's up, because they could use it, because he was banging big guy.
He's tough, man.
Yeah.
Coach Chris works with him all the time, man. He's impressive.
I'll have to come up there and sit.
And teach so hey, on the weekends, man, Sunday, if you guys want to watch girls and boys basketball, youth basketball, kindergarten all the way to 8th grade, you guys make sure and get up to Sioux City at the arena or out to North Sioux and Cinos, go watch them play. Schedules are usually posted, so check them out. All right, so B-Luv, man, we're gonna go on to the next subject. I heard Winnebago, the Whirling Thunder is gonna be holding a women's basketball league coming up pretty soon, and so I was really liking that the whoever is gonna be putting it on, it says Whirling Thunder.
Probably Pilar.
It says. For more information, contact Doreen Pear. I'm really grateful for Doreen to be working with Whirling Thunder to get the women's league going, because, bro, there's a lot of mamas out there that love to play basketball when they was younger, and think about it, like, for real, like, besides hopping on a treadmill or walking at the track, like what else is there to do around here, and I mean, a lot of these girls, they had fun playing ball, so you might as well mix fun with exercise in and play some hoops,
Yeah.
And so big shout out to you guys for wanting to start this league up.
Yeah, they got old athletes out there. They are old hoopers. They know what to do, and just girls, be careful is all I'm saying. It's all for fun. Run, get your wind back, and tape your ankles up. That's the only thing I can say. Any advice I can say, tape your ankles up.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, we don't want none girls getting hurt, and you young girls take it easy on those older girls now. And then
Pilar, take it easy on them girls.
It says register by November 29th, and league is going to start on December 3rd. So you basically got just after Thanksgiving.
2 weeks.
Yeah, you at least get your Thanksgiving meal on.
Oh, there you go. You can run that. Starts, you can run that off.
Run it off on first night of league night.
There you go.
And it says, I think they said 10 teams. Their first 10 teams they're gonna take, and entry fee is $150. So, yeah, sounds good.
Doreen, if you need referees, I'll do it $50 a game. Girls cry more than boys do. Holla at me.
And then games are gonna be on Tuesday nights. So anybody wanting to try to figure out what night you gotta clear on your schedule, it's Tuesday nights. So for more information, contact Doreen Payer. If you don't know how to get a hold of Doreen, just get a hold of Whirling Thunder. They'll get a hold of Doreen for y'all.
Yep.
So anybody else listening from the Omaha Res down in Macy or Walt Hill, or maybe somebody listening from Sioux City, girls trying to get a team together, make sure and give them a call down there.
Yep.
Yeah, good one. So
good one.
Maybe the men's league was never a question back in the day. Mm-hmm. It was always something that happened. Mm-hmm. And so I don't see anybody trying to run a men's league around here.
Yeah.
And it just kind of seems like that's...
Well, I think Wombly ran it for a while. And, yeah, we didn't really hear too many things about it. You just know it was a league for wellness on Wednesdays. And then they had like an end-of-the-year tournament. So,
yeah.
Geez, I remember back in the day, we had stats. People kept stats. People did this. People did that, and got awards for stuff at the end.
Yeah, and then remember when we did it? It was fundraising. We were doing fundraisers back then, but we kept all those things anyway.
Yeah.
Just kind of like everybody tried to put their little expertise into the league and made it successful. Yeah. Had somebody over there selling concessions and taking admissions and stuff. So
and then if you have someone that can enforce league rules, like referees, then it would go smoother. Remember when Pops used to run it, you couldn't trash talk, you couldn't cuss because there's kids around. If you cussed, you had to sit down 3 minutes from the running clock. Yeah. If you didn't sit down, he'd just stop the game and forfeit you. Yeah. You got to sit down, follow these rules. This is for wellness. Yeah. Nobody does that stuff. And I told him, I said, I'll.
And you know, I think they went away from the family because it was a family friendly league, mm-hmm. without the cussing, without the fighting and stuff like that,
Yeah.
And so then nowadays when they have league, nobody even brings their families down no more, because they don't want their kids to see people act up.
Yeah.
So you guys down there, quit acting up. Probably get a league going. Anyway, but like B-Luv said,
$50 a game.
You guys start a league down there on Wednesday nights. You guys got your refs right here. 4 games, $50 a game.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right. So anyway, oh man, check this out. This is a new thing I heard in Winnebago. I talked about having a new sport, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into that. Winnebago just linked onto a new sport just this past week. Well, they probably had it in the making, but I just heard about it. And Winnebago's got a bowling team, bro. Mm-hmm. A bowling team. I don't think we're satisfied with cross country and golf and wrestling and
football and basketball.
esports and stuff. No, we want more.
Yeah.
We want more. So I saw that Winnebago competed in their first bowling tournament just a couple days ago. So I wanted to give a shout out to the school for doing that. I don't know who actually was the one who moved forward with that, but whoever it was, Peeny Gigi. Mm-hmm. Because that's a sport that it used to really be huge in Winnebago back in the day. They used to have a lot of people, like we had youth leagues. Remember we used to go to youth leagues?
Yeah.
And then they had adult leagues, and we had lots of people from Winnebago up there bowling, man. I remember some old school bowlers from back in the day used to be good,
Yeah.
And so, but we don't see that no more.
Scotty Aldrich, Randy DeCore, name a few.
Even Joe Snow.
Yeah.
Even he bowls in those tight denim shorts all the time, but he's still good.
Yeah, he's still pretty good. He's got those denim shorts, and he still wears those same shoes to work and to bowl.
Yeah. How about Snowman used to be a bowler back in the day. Don Snow.
Yeah.
They used to have leagues and stuff like that, and I think remember Tim Bink used to bowl with us on youth league mornings and Saturday mornings.
I think back in the day, if I remember, now that it's coming back to me, like us guys, you, me, and Tim, we didn't even try to like throw strikes. We just want to throw the ball the hardest we can. Yeah, because some of them things had a how fast you threw it. Like, showed miles per hour down there.
Yeah.
And so everybody tried to get the highest one, and whatever we got. You know,
Yeah.
that was crazy. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Those, man.
Shout out Tim Snow, man.
Speaking of, bowling leagues, that was high school he was talking about. The high school team got, that's what Quince was talking about a bit ago. My boy Trey Blackhawk and Sky Aldrich, and I think Trey's wife, and I don't know how many is on a team, but they just signed up and they started an adult bowling league, a Sioux City league, on Mondays.
Oh, really?
And I think they just had their first week last week or something.
That's pretty cool. Competitive bowling,
Yeah.
And so I want to give a shout out to these boys right here.
There they are, right there.
Those of you that can see the boys up here, there's a picture of them right here. There's Desmond right there. Desmond's right up front. Oh man, it's my boy's name up there. Got Doxy, Jared Doxy, All-American. I wonder how Dox is gonna do. He's probably gonna try to throw that ball as hard as he can down the thing
or
too.
Kick it. Or try to kick it.
Or kick it. All right, and then who else we got there? We got Patrick. We got Patrick Burke out there, and then
Little Doe.
Oh yeah, there's Danny. Danny Houghton right there, and we have Ho Hump Snake right there, and then we also have Jacob Lincoln. Jacob Lincoln right there. So I believe I said everybody.
I like those shirts.
Yeah, those shirts are pretty dope. They got a unified bowling sanctioned. Okay, just so the people know, I'm real happy that they did it. But this is a regular sanctioned bowling team, and then also a Special Olympics sanctioned bowling team right there with the two young men that we got on there. And yeah, they're gonna be representing, man. It looks like they're excited about the whole thing.
They do. Everybody
Yeah,
got a nice smile on their face. I wonder if they played yet, or if they probably didn't have smiles if they lost.
I know if they got their score. Nah.
Yeah.
No, but I'll check in with their coach. I don't even know who the coach is, bro. I'm gonna check it out and I'll find out who it is and maybe get him up here and get these boys up here and check it out, man, because that's gonna be interesting to follow up with the bowling squad. So let's go. How about that,
guys.
bro?
That looks cool.
All right, man. So good luck to you guys in your guys' season. And once I get your guys' schedule, I'm gonna get it out there for everybody, so you can have some fans come show up and watch you guys in action. All right, B-Luv, man. So we're gonna get down to, how about this sport, man? I watched some boxing in the last couple of weeks, and I know that probably almost everybody in the world watched boxing this past weekend. I know we had some real good comments about the whole boxing thing. Then we had some real funny comments about the boxing thing. Let's get the I guess the somewhat funny stuff out of the way.
A lot of memes was going by.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Let me get your take on the Tyson fight.
We're gonna start with that.
Let's start with that because I want to get rid of that stuff first.
It was. I mean, the more you look at it after the fight and all the stuff that's going on online and social media and stuff like that, it was all a show. Tyson could have knocked that boy out so many times, and then the way he would practice in the ring against hitting his coach and whatever, all those movements, the old Tyson movements, was coming out in that practice. They get him in the ring, he
didn't do anything.
No, he could have, but he stopped. But I guess it'll come down to where if he knocked the boy out in first round, he wouldn't got no money. If he stretched it from the 7th and 8th round, then Tyson got 20 mil, is what I heard, for doing that, for lasting. Anytime, if he knocked that boy out in the second round, he wouldn't have gotten as much.
Yeah.
Third round, same thing. So
it
is. It was a show. And who's the promoter? He was fighting the promoter. So the promoter was telling him that he's seen Tyson doing certain things. They would get together. You can see him kind of talking or doing something on the mouthpiece. Then he was biting his glove and he's doing, so that they must have had signals or something. I mean, this is all conspiracy theory stuff going on and stuff. But if everybody's saying it and everybody's seen it, then we've seen a lot more than we wanted to see of Tyson too.
Yeah,
bro,
we saw it too.
Bro, that thing was freezing up. I mean, everybody's Netflix was freezing, buffering and stuff like that. It was crazy. As soon as it was, there was a meme on Facebook.
I saw it.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Buffering Tyson's butt. Buffering. Then it just happened to freeze right there too. And like, someone come around the corner. What the hell you watching in here? It was funny.
So that the guy, you said the promoter Jake Paul, right?
Yep.
So genius on making money like that, because you think all the way back to even just all the way back to Ali and Frazier, they would meet in the car. talk about stuff on their own. This is how we're gonna make money, you know. And then they go out and they be two completely human beings against each other, enemies, stuff like that. Talk smack, get them in the ring, make that money. Best friends afterward, you know. So, thank you, thank you, Netflix.
Yeah, that whole fight was, I don't know. It was kind of messed up because the previous 3 fights before that were really good. Wow, the first fight was just kind of, the guy was clowning around and kind of pumping on that guy.
I couldn't believe that, man.
Yeah, that's just, I didn't care for any of how that guy was acting on it. I was wishing the other guy would just hurry up and knock him out. But those other 2 fights, that one, that 12-rounder, and then the women's fight, oh my goodness.
Bro, that woman's fight, I'm gonna tell you what, man, I haven't seen a fight like that in a long time.
Did you see him fight their first fight?
That's when I saw him last.
Yeah. That's the same stuff.
Yeah, I thought that if anyone was a draw, that should have been a draw. Because I mean, the girl, her eye was hanging down and everything like that, but she was like,
it was a headbutt. It was a headbutt,
and it didn't slow her down. It didn't slow her down.
She kind of got frustrated because it kept happening. You know, then it looked gross. Yeah, it looked gross, but at the same time,
but a good fight, man. I was like, man, that has to be fight of the year. You know, of all the sanctioned fights and the other fights that we're watching, you know, men's, women's. It's a good fight all the way to the end. So it was a good night of watching that boxing. Usually, like, you know, on the weekends, man, I used to act up back in the day and always be out and about and everything like that. But nowadays, man, I just stay home and I try to watch some fights. You know, UFC was on this weekend. What else? Boxing was on Friday. You know, last weekend we got to watch. A couple weekends ago, I got to watch nephew Carlos fight up there in Montana. And we might as well go into that topic right now too, because we're talking about fighting, you know. But you know, Carlos Trinidad Snake, you know, represented once again for Winnebago, and man, he came out styling this time. HCI was one of his sponsors, and I know that he had some special shorts made with the HCI logo on there, and also had a big old flag, Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska flag. Out there representing, you know, and they even announced him on that pay-per-view representing the Winnebago Tribe.
That was cool.
You know, that's just represent, man. And I know having Carlos on here before, he's really proud of that. You know, he really holds that, you know, close to him, being a member of the tribe. You know,
I just hope they give him his title fight. It's been 2-3 years in the making, and then, you know, he fought 2-3 times. I've seen him fight live 3 times, and each time it's like they said, okay, we can get you a title fight. You know, this and that, you got to earn your way up and stuff like that. And man, he's been whooping cats. You know, give him his title fight now.
Exactly, bro. You remember all those, even when you watch old boxing movies, stuff like that, and those boxers like, man, I want my shot, but they got to keep on waiting. They got to keep on waiting. That's kind of how it's happening with him, you know, because not this past fight, this couple weekends ago, but the one before, when he beat that number 1 contender, made him the number 1 contender. So it's like, why has he got to wait for another shot? Like, what's the champ waiting for? You know? Now maybe
champ probably scared.
Exactly. Maybe he's scared to lose that belt right now. You know. I mean, he's watching the fights too, you know. And then those fights leading up to Carlos's fight. Do you see those fights before and then a fight afterward?
I didn't get to.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. It's a brutal sport.
Oh yeah,
it's a brutal sport. No gloves, no protection, nothing like that. It's knuckles, bro. And these guys' faces get split and
easier,
cut so much faster and so much more that it's just like, wow, you know. But it's a sport that's growing. So you know. It's pretty awesome for Winnebago Tribe to have their own one of their own kids out there representing the sport as it gets big like this. You know, who knows? Maybe we make a video game out of it. We talked about that before too. So but yeah, so that's talking about Carlos, and I know
give him his shot.
I wanted him to come on the show sometime soon to kind of maybe when he gets his the next update of his potential shot, that he can come in and kind of give us the lowdown on what he's doing and stuff down there too, you know. So yes, that sounds good, bro. That sounds good. So hey, Bill, I think that really covers it, man. We covered the majority of everything going on right now. I know that one next week or the next time we come on, that we'll definitely have the Winnebago Indians boys and girls varsity and JV basketball schedules up,
yep.
so we can kind of talk about like the upcoming games and big games that are going to happen. This is what I was going to say, bro.
Hey, while you're looking there,
yeah, go ahead.
While you're looking there, you're talking about big games that's coming to happen. Isn't your C supposed to be playing the Cavs? I think the Cavs
tonight.
Is it tonight?
Yeah,
that's
tonight.
what the Cavs supposed to be like, off to their best start in franchise history, and then are your C's rolling into town, or are they rolling into the Bean Town?
Oh man, I think they're actually going to Cleveland, because Cleveland's got a higher seed because they're undefeated right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Undefeated.
I think because it's that tournament time. So
the in-season tournament. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You'll notice by the courts that they play on.
The court's all bright and all crazy. Yeah.
Hey, one thing I was trying to get at, and ladies and gentlemen, I missed this real quick, but we talked about the boys and girls varsity team just now. I just want to give everybody a heads up on the teams right here. So this year for the girls varsity basketball team, head coach is Markel Harlan. She's come back. I think this is her 4th or 5th season. Mm-hmm. So she's really looking for a good season. Assistant coaches this year, Corey Cleveland, Al Capitone, the general, and then Maddie Cleveland and Kyra Miller. So got a number of experienced ball players going to be on the sideline coaching this year with Coach Markel. And then the seniors that we have this year for the girls team, we got a lot of them this year, man. We got Tressa, Big Bear, Danny Harlan, Haley Lovejoy, Nadia Bass, Charlize Frenchman, Ileana Frazier, Callie Wolfleader, and then Mahawi Grant.
This is good. This has got to be the year, girls.
This is the year. All those seniors right there.
Yep. They all constantly played.
Yeah, and then it's the experience.
Yep.
Like you're saying, constantly played. It's the experience in the last 4 years.
Yep.
Well, shoot, the last 6 years really, because they were together in junior high too.
Yeah.
And maybe before that.
Yeah.
But this is the year, though.
Yeah, this has to be the year right now. We got to make some noise, girls.
And I'm only gonna say one thing, then I'm gonna move on to the boys. Jump stops, okay? Because last year jump stops was the enemy last year for the girls basketball team. Okay, so and then I'm just gonna go right on into the boys. The coaching staff for the boys is Coach Jeff Barrett is back for his second stint with the Indians. Assistant coaches this year, Aspen LaPointe and Sean Walker. Couple of experienced ball players, all three ex-college ball players, bring that experience not just to the team but to the court. When I say that, I'm talking about the drills that they're going to be running and all these the different offenses they're going to be going through, defenses. They're all going to be coming from the collegiate level, what those boys learned when they were playing college hoops.
That's what's up right there.
We'll see what's up with that. And then Callan Medina, we had a special on him a few weeks back when he made the state cross-country meet, is our only senior so far this year.
Wow.
We got a couple other guys that are kind of flirting with going out, but right now that's about what we got. And so we're looking at not really a young team because we have a lot of juniors.
Yeah.
And it looks like, looking at the list, that the majority of the basketball players on the squad this year.
Well, they got freshmen that were really good in junior high last year that should be coming in and stepping up. So I imagine they'll be getting some varsity time.
So on the varsity squad right now, this is just a rough draft. Each one of the boys on the varsity team right now, they're all Warpath boys. They all started Warpath back when they were in 4th and 5th grade. So we're looking for some big things this year. So good luck to the boys varsity team and the girls varsity team. We will be getting a hold of you guys and have you guys on the show a number of times in the next probably 4 months.
Yep.
So with that, bro, you got anything to finish up with?
Maybe when we get that schedule for the high school, maybe we get that junior high schedule too as well. Like I said, I got grandbabies that are coming up.
Yep.
I got my grandson playing for Bancroft Rosalie. So when the time comes when they play Winnebago, it's kind of, I always have mixed feelings with me the past couple of years. So it's like, got to cheer for them both, you know. And that same thing with junior high volleyball this year. It's just it's gonna be tough for me. So
yeah, bro. All you could do is the only thing you could do. I've been there, done that. All you could do is either sit in the middle and cheer for everybody. I usually just sit on Winnebago side, but I just cheer for, everybody, even relatives on the other side. Stuff. I always cheer for them,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but they all know what's up.
Yep.
They
And we let them know before the game and stuff like that too. So
yeah, just don't be paying them for points and stuff like that. It's a team game, man.
Too late.
That's the thing that ruins basketball is paying kids for points.
It don't.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to 100.9 FM KWTN. This is the Big Voice Radio. You have listened to another episode of the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. This is Coach Q as your host, and
peace out.
Peace out, B-Luv.